Hypertension is a major risk factor for heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease. And it's also really common. But did you know there are natural ways to lower your blood pressure? If so, what are they? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. But a quick reminder before we get into it. Hi, I'm a naturopathic doctor. If you like this video, please subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos each week. There are many herbs that have been studied for their ability to lower blood pressure, but I'm only going to recommend those that have good quality evidence behind them. I'm not going to include herbs that have low quality evidence or no evidence at all, even if they're commonly used by other practitioners. For example, I'm not going to talk about garlic, lavender, passion flower, or ginkgo biloba because there just isn't enough evidence to support their use for blood pressure. Also, I want to mention that this video is for educational purposes only, so do speak to your doctor if you have high blood pressure or before making any changes to your diet or taking any supplements. The first herb on my list is hibiscus. There was one randomized control trial that compared two groups of people with pre- and mild hypertension. One group received 8 weeks of treatment with hibiscus tea, which was 3 servings per day of either hibiscus tea or a placebo drink. The results showed that the hibiscus tea significantly lowered both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. They also found that it reduced total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol levels. So hibiscus tea may be a tasty way to help lower blood pressure. Another herb is hawthorn. There were several studies that demonstrated hawthorn extract lowers both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in people with hypertension. In fact, in one study, hawthorn was compared to the blood pressure medication lisinopril. The participants in the study took either 720 mg per day of hawthorn extract or 10 mg per day of lisinopril for 8 weeks. And the results showed that the hawthorn group had an average reduction in blood pressure that was similar to the lisinopril group. Other studies also showed that hawthorn extract can improve symptoms related to angina, like chest pain and shortness of breath during physical activity. So if you want to try hawthorn, you can get it in a whole leaf or berry form, or you can find it as a standardized extract. Okay, the next herb is called flaxseed. It has a lot of fiber and healthy fats, which are beneficial for your overall health and can help lower cholesterol levels. There was one randomized control trial that compared the effects of flaxseed to olive oil on blood pressure. Participants in the study had moderate hypertension. They received either 30 grams per day of ground flaxseed or olive oil for 8 weeks. The results showed that the flaxseed group had a significant reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. The authors concluded that replacing saturated fats with healthy unsaturated fats, like the ones found in flaxseed, could be a simple dietary strategy for lowering blood pressure. Next up is the spice turmeric. The active ingredient in turmeric is called curcumin. There was one randomized control trial that gave participants either 1 gram per day of turmeric or a placebo for 12 weeks. The results showed that the turmeric group experienced a significant reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Another study gave participants either 1,200 mg per day of turmeric or a placebo for 8 weeks. And again, they saw a significant reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. These studies suggest that taking turmeric supplements may help lower blood pressure. However, it's important to note that most of the turmeric sold in grocery stores is not very potent. A good quality turmeric supplement should have a standardized amount of curcumin and should be combined with black pepper or piperine. Black pepper enhances the absorption of curcumin by over 2,000 times. Rosemary is another herb that's been shown to lower blood pressure. There was one randomized control trial that compared the effects of rosemary to the blood pressure medication metoprolol. Participants in the study had essential hypertension. They received either 600 mg per day of rosemary or 50 mg per day of metoprolol for 8 weeks. The results showed that the rosemary group had a significant reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, similar to the metoprolol group. So if you want to try rosemary, it's best to use a standardized extract. Number 6 is cat's claw. Cat's claw is an herb that grows naturally in South America. It's traditionally been used to treat various health problems like arthritis, infections, stomach ulcers, and blood pressure. There have been some studies that show positive results for lowering blood pressure. For example, there was one randomized control trial that gave participants either 100 milligrams 3 times per day of cat's claw extract or a placebo for 4 weeks. The results showed that the cat's claw group had a significant reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Another study gave participants either 900 milligrams per day of cat's claw extract or a placebo for 8 weeks. The results showed that the cat's claw extract significantly lowered both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. It's thought that the blood pressure lowering effect of cat's claw comes from a compound called L-tryptophan. This is the same amino acid that the mood stabilizer Prozac is made from. Number 7 is green tea. Green tea is full of antioxidants that are good for your health. Many studies have shown that drinking green tea can lower blood pressure. For example, there was one randomized control trial that gave participants either 450 milligrams per day of green tea extract or a placebo for 12 weeks. The results showed that the green tea extract significantly lowered both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Another study gave participants either 1,250 milligrams per day of green tea extract or a placebo for 8 weeks. Again, they saw a significant reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. The recommended dose of green tea extract for lowering blood pressure seems to range somewhere between 450 to 1,250 milligrams per day. It's also important to note that green tea extract can interact with certain medications, like blood pressure medications, thyroid medications, diabetes medications, and caffeine. Last but not least, we have celery seed. Celery seed extract has been shown to lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. There was one randomized control trial that compared the effects of celery seed extract to the blood pressure medication enalapril. Enalapril is an ACE inhibitor, which is a class of blood pressure medications that includes lisinopril and benazepril. The participants in the study received either 300 milligrams per day of celery seed extract or 10 mg per day of enalapril for 4 weeks. The results showed that both groups had a similar reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. You can purchase celery seed extract in a capsule or tablet form. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and leave me a comment below. I always appreciate your feedback. To get more natural health tips, check out these videos here. And again, I'll see you next time.